Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
What's going on, fam? This is Jay Cameron inviting you to join us in Ethiopia next March 2025. And this is going to be an iconic trip that you don't want to miss, a trip of a lifetime. We're going to be visiting Addis Ababa, Gondor, Lalibela. You'll have a chance to taste the amazing Ethiopian food. You'll also have a chance to visit the Rastafarian community. You'll get the history, you'll get the fashion, you have an opportunity to shop. It's going to be a trip, an experience of a lifetime. So make sure you sign up to join us in Ethiopia, March 2025.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
At African Diaspora News Channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the global Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African diaspora one story at a time.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here. Just let me go ahead and take care of some other business I'm trying to take care of real quick. It's Friday, August 16th. I'm running just a little behind today. I had to kind of rush from my wife's cake shop. She had a delivery she needed to make, and I had to stand the fort there. You know, and met a couple of good people coming in there. Always, you know, new people definitely. So shout out to all the customers. But tonight is Sound Off Friday. We're gonna jump right on in. And what we want to do tonight is talk about, hold on, where am I at? I need to get to my right screen over here so I can see what y'all are actually talking about there. All right, cool. No, I'm not. I wasn't taking the night off. I was actually trying to get everything together. I had little things I have to do behind the scenes to make sure everything is going right. Right. So now if I'm gonna take off, I'll put it on the community tab. Say, hey, tonight I'm not gonna be able to, whatever the case may be. I just got kind of a little running behind. I got here before my stream, but it's just a little things that, you know, I wasn't expecting to go at the time I went. So you know how that goes. Things happen. All right. So what we're gonna do tonight for people that may be new, that maybe just their first time coming here. We're going to review both of the videos that we saw for the past 2 days about the sister crying in the car about the migrant and the other brother that only get $23 of food stamps. After that, the viewing of those videos, you know, definitely we will get people to call up and call in. I got to make sure to get that. Let me go ahead and get that right now. Give me a second while I take care of that. I'll take care of that while we're doing a quick devotional real quick. Won't take too long. Let's see right here. Since she getting in all kind of trouble. You know what? I know I did that this week, but shoot, and I wish I would have added that last part to it from the other day. But let's cue up your vice president, and then we'll get started.
You know, we have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah.
And I'm wondering what the United States is going to do more specifically to set up a permanent infrastructure. And relatedly, is the United States willing to make a specific allocation for Ukrainian refugees? And for President Duda, I wanted to know if you think, and if you asked the United States to specifically accept more refugees.
Okay. A friend in need is a friend indeed.
Okay, I can first. Okay.
This is just an extraordinary testament to the importance of having a president who understands the power of diplomacy and understands the strength that rests in understanding the significance of diplomacy and strengthening alliances. This is an incredible day.
Okay, so what we're gonna cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because you are Indian.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, you know Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like our thing we're so excited about to have you running for president.
Yeah. I believe that we need to address, well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. No. And as a woman, there's a balance to be struck between being tough and being a bitch. Turn that off.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that is your Vice President of the United States that's wanting your vote in November. Ladies and gentlemen, she wants your vote. So we don't know if she's being tough or she's being another word I don't want to say on here, but she said it. You know, women can get away with saying that, but us men say it, and it's a problem, right? All right. So those of you who didn't see the video from last night, we're going to cue that up, and then we're going to cue up the second video, and then let's get to it. We put the link in the chat, the pinned comment. Real quick before I even get started with that, make sure that you download the African Diaspora News Channel app on Google Play and Apple App Store. Take advantage of the back-to-school promotion. It's only for the 1-year membership. It's My News 50 in all caps, My News 50. And you can get 50% off only during this promotion. After this promotion, there's no more for the year. It'll be back to regular price. Also, with the Ethiopia trip, we are completely sold out, but there's 4 spots left. Those of you that probably got paid today and you want to go, you better jump on it because that stuff about to get cut off too. And when I twisted their arm for this 4, so you better be on the 4 if that's what you want to do. After that, nothing we can say about it. So let's go ahead on and get to this. And shout out to Kevin One down there for joining our memberships. And listen, the reason why we went to straight membership on the live stream is because before it was a lot of DNC trolling. It was like troll farming. And ever since we went to memberships, the troll farming is like, because, hey, if you're going to troll, you either have to donate on the super chat to troll or you have to join a membership to troll. So you got to be it. So I guess, you know, some of that DNC money, if you're going to want to continue the trolling, you're going to have to go that route. So let's cue this up from last night, and then we'll go to the second video after that, and we'll take y'all calls after y'all see this video.
I need this message to go out to our vice president who's running for president. I have heard all over social media about, excuse me if I say anything wrong, immigrants getting loans, money. It was hard for me to believe. It was just extremely hard for me to believe. I've been in business such a long time. Back in 2019, I purchased my first food truck. It cost me over $25,000. I paid it cash money. I worked hard to pay for this truck. I'm now selling it because I'm doing other things, but I'm selling it. I had a guy come to look at purchasing my vehicle, a food truck. And he explained to me he's an illegal immigrant. He has no credit. He has no money in the bank. But he showed me his paperwork that he will receive funds to purchase my food truck. I'm thankful that he's buying it, but I'm hurt that I worked so hard to pay cash for my food truck. I have good credit, can't even get a business loan because of the color of my skin. I have veterans in my family. I'm a veteran. I've been self-employed for so long. But somebody, please tell me, how do I work so hard to have somebody who comes to this country, not long, no credit, and he shows me paperwork where they'll be funding him money to buy my food truck. And when I talked to the bank, they told me usually they have to go straight to a dealership because I'm a private sale. But for special circumstances, they're going to, they allow it. But I need my president to tell me why I worked so hard all these years, all these decades. Couldn't get a business loan, but I bust my ass to get the money to create my business. And we got immigrants coming here. And they're getting money. Money! We're doing nothing but just being here. It's not right, and I want answers.
A migrant, okay, an immigrant, left a receipt in the store. And you know how I got the food stamp remaining balance at the bottom of the receipt, right? $13,500 with a $5,000 cash, Larry. Okay? Migrant, somebody that's not from this country. Now, you are a veteran, and you've also served this country, correct?
Correct.
Now, tell these people, okay, after I just said they left the receipt with a $13,000 food stamp balance. Tell these people, as a veteran that served this country, right? Tell them how much food stamps you get in a month.
$23. $23.
23, not 2,300.
$23.
Not 230. How much you getting in food stamps a month?
$23 a month.
$23 versus a person that's not even from this country versus a person that did not serve this country. $13,000 they said it was on that receipt.
$23.
And you fighting to get your what?
100.
Your 100% from the VA.
From the VA.
He can't even get it. Right. America, you should be ashamed of your goddamn self.
100%.
You should be ashamed of yourself. See if Kamala gonna fix that. Here this man is a veteran, okay? Fighting for his 100%. He done fought for this country, and he get $23 worth of food stamps every month. And then they done found a receipt of an immigrant, a migrant, getting $13,000 a month, Larry. Not every 5 months, not every year, a month. Is it not a slap in the face?
Slap in the face. But that's sad. Fighting for this country ain't even worth it.
Nope, it's not.
No.
You got it? Roll with it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. That just a reminder of what the subject matter is going to be. Let me look in the background. Let me see. Okay, who I got back there? Let me go on and get myself on my other screen here. Just give me a minute. Gonna switch screens, and where are we at? Boom, we're right there. We want to get back to our other screen. And we're gonna start off with Brother Jones back there. Brother Jones.
It's Brother James. How's it going, Brother Phil?
Brother James, I'm sorry. Brother James. Sorry about that, Brother James. What's going on, man?
Going on pretty good, man. You know, I'm in Chicago, and this topic is very interesting tonight. Very interesting tonight because we spoke a couple of weeks ago, and I have to say that it's very sad, you know, on how Black Americans are put down at the bottom. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm no Democrat and I'm no Republican, but I've been arguing with people about this all week on how we are not prioritized, especially how the way the Democrat Party treats us. We come out with mass numbers for them, and guess what? What do they give us? Nothing. And then on top of that, let me say this, brother, and I said this a couple weeks ago. Even Elijah Muhammad said, if you read the book, The Fall of America, over 90% of our people don't know what they are voting for. What are they voting for? They can't tell you. You got somebody like Ricky Smiley would say, oh, man, you need to vote for her. She's going to be sworn in by Ketanji Brown, possibly. So, but what does that do for me and my wife? I've been married to my wife for 14 years. We have family issues. That doesn't mean anything to us. We want lower taxes, lower interest rates, lower inflation. And then on top of that, if you saw the policy that Ms. Harris put out, talking about $25,000 for first-time home buyers and stuff, down payment. I go along with that, but remember this.
But you know the stipulation?
There could be. Oh, I believe there's some stipulations. I believe that.
So you saw it?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, the stipulation is you have to have basically paid your rent perfectly for 2 years.
But I think it's going to be more for the migrants, for illegals.
Exactly. See, I was talking to Sister Demetria about that earlier, about when she announced that. I said, man, that's going to be for the migrants. They're not going to give Black people nothing.
No, they're not. And guess what? I'm going to say this. I invited some of my so-called Democrat shields to chat with you because they saying that you being paid by the Republicans, you sit up there sponsored for the Republicans. And I said, that's not true. I said, they can't prove a thing. And on top of that, I said, show me one thing what the Republicans or the Democrats done for Black folks for the past 70 years. And that's way longer than I've been on this earth. And don't give me no Civil Rights Act because guess what? They did it for their benefit, not for Black folks' benefits, for their benefits.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so we have this migrant problem here in Chicago. They're using our tax dollars. And then guess what? Our taxes going up next year. And remember, brother, and remember this. I'm the one that sent you that video on how they're getting paid $135 an hour. Remember that?
Yeah. I remember that. I think I covered that on the podcast channel.
Yes, you did. $135 an hour. In the meantime, my property taxes are going up. My water taxes are going up and all that other stuff and everything. But you got these Democrat shields talking about, it doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter because we're paying for this. And again, and I'm not gonna hold you up too long because I know you have other callers. But I also ask them this: show me a policy that Donald Trump has put in place to hurt the Black community. Because remember, Kamala said she's not doing anything just going to benefit Black people. Nobody said nothing about that. But when Trump said, well, you got to lose in 2016, all Black folks was like, oh, he shouldn't have said that. But it was the truth. What did you have to lose? He said, you're living in poverty. Your schools are no good. You have no jobs. Over 58% of your youth is unemployed. He said, what the hell you got to lose?
Yeah, but unfortunately, you know, a lot of people are very, you know, with this situation with Kamala here, I'm watching a master class in propaganda with the media. It's an interesting master class because prior to her getting to the running, nobody liked her. Even the people on the Democrat side didn't like her. Nobody liked her.
They did.
Nobody. And all of a sudden now you love her dirty draws? Like, it's a master class on propaganda. I'm watching it.
But see, here's my problem. When our people say they vote for democracy, I'm like, democracy for who? Because it sure isn't our democracy, because guess what? You didn't vote Kamala Harris in. And then here in the city of Chicago said you cannot have a voice, whether you should be a sanctuary city or not. At least I could say in the state of Ohio, they gave those people a voice to say whether abortion should be illegal or not, when the Supreme Court reversed it back to the states. So again,
yeah, but see, our brother, I remember that. Brandon Johnson is the one that blocked y'all from trying to vote. He did.
Yeah. So where's democracy again?
Yeah, they don't believe, the Democrat Party don't believe in democracy. That's just like a catchword for them. They don't believe in democracy, because they believed in democracy, y'all would have had the sanctuary city status on the ballot, and they knew it wasn't going to pass. They knew it. That's why Brandon Johnson blocked it. Anyway, brother.
Oh yes.
But anyway, brother, I appreciate you calling in.
Yes, sir. You take care and keep up the good work.
All right, thank you, brother. All right, let's see who's next. Mike P. Mike, you about to come up, brother? I see you down there.
Okay. You okay? Me turn off my camera? You need to be on it.
No, you can turn your camera off. It's fine.
Okay, perfect.
All right, Mike. Based off those two videos you just saw, what you think about it?
I'm excited, Uncle. I'm very excited.
Explain that.
We get more symbolism. This is what you gave to black people. This is what got me excited. We get no tangibles, while the illegal migrants get everything. Look at her financial plan today. She's giving us socialism. It worked in Argentina, it worked in Venezuela, and it worked in the Soviet Union. So let's go ahead and bring it to America. Where's socialism? Why not? Then she gives us this crap about you get $25,000 for first-time homeowners if you got perfect, rent credit. Here's the problem with that. If you give everybody $25,000 first-time homeowners, you don't think that the actual homeowners, the person, and the real estate companies don't know about the $25,000? They're gonna jack up with the price. It's gonna keep going up
to $25,000
minimum. And here's the funny part about this, 2008 didn't happen. Did she just somehow forget about 2008? See, that's the symbolism. We're going back to the Obama that hope BS. We're not getting things tangible.
Let me ask something, brother. Hold on. Do you remember Joe Biden's Lift Every Voice plan?
I definitely remember it.
Do you remember there was a part in there that said he wants to give $15,000 for down payment assistance? Did it happen?
Of course not. When he introduced it,
so do you think what Kamala just said today is going to happen?
Well, of course not. Why should we getting symbolism? Because Joe Biden, he introduced it on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we never heard about it again. It's going to be the same thing over again, but understand who it's pandering to. It's pandering to Gen Z. It's pandering to black people and their emotions, because this is what we get. We don't get any policy. We get emotion. Oh, it sounds so good. First time homeowner's going to get $25,000. If the home you're looking at costs $350,000, she's going to give you $25,000. The actual homeowners know about it already, so they raised the $400,000. What did you just get?
Oh, you check this out, brother. Hold on. You wouldn't get it. You know who's going to get the money?
I know it's going to the migrants. I know who it's going to.
There you go.
I know who it's going to. I know who it's going to, because here's the thing. When you talk about a $25,000 incentive to an American citizen, let's call a spade a spade. That's nothing. You're looking to put down 10% of your actual home. So if you get a $350,000 home, you're going to need $35,000. Who is going to go out here and get a home, let's say a $200,000 home? Illegal migrants. They're going to stick 6 or 7 families in there. Everybody get $25,000. Now they got $175,000 to put down on said home. That's who's getting that. That's who's going to benefit. None of this is going to benefit us. But we too silly to see it, because we let Kamala.
Check this out. Kamala is not even. I'm trying to use my words carefully. She isn't wise enough to even tell you how it's going to be done. If it were me and I had presented that, I would say, you know what? I want to give $25,000 down payment assistance, and it would be going through the FHA program. The FHA program is a government program, government-backed loan, guaranteed interest rates. It's not an adjustable rate mortgage, it's a fixed interest rate, right? And then the most you put with FHA down is 3%. See, if she was smart enough, she would have even said that.
But here's the problem with that. Why should she go that further and put that in there when the people who she's parenting to don't care? They don't have to sell us. They don't have to give us anything physical. All they have to do, she's selling hope. She is trying to be the female Obama without any charisma.
Yeah. At least Obama had the gift of gab. I give it.
Correct. He had us. Boy, I was out there stomping for him. Oh my God, look at that black family. Oh, that's a beautiful black family. That man is intelligent. Obama gave us nothing. She's coming and giving us the same dupe all over again. This time around, there's no flashing lights. She can barely give a speech without laughing and cackling and just going off script. What can be undone, unburdened, that old BS. So that's where we're at, because in the end, like you said, this is propaganda. J.D. Vance said it perfectly. Kamala Harris is not running for president. She's running to make a movie. She's a movie star because she's giving us nothing. This is a female Tom Cruise. She's giving us absolutely nothing. Everything is a script. Everything has to be perfect. I mean, look, I'm going with you all night, but let me go ahead and say this. They go to Detroit, right? I know you've seen all the AI and the fake crowd they put together. They went to a hangar. So you mean to tell me they went to Detroit, no one knew the location, there was 50,000 people there? Who you fooling? Who you fooling?
Well, brother, check this out. Hold on, let me add to that. So I was just kind of thumbing through today on different news apps. And on Fox News, they were showing how Kamala's literally copying Trump's campaign. Like they're arriving at the hangar with the flight and getting off in front of the crowd. They're literally showing, mirroring everything that Trump do. This lady's doing. She don't have an original thought in her mind. She copies the thing when he talk about no tax on tips. Then she pops up a month later, no tax on tips. Then she trying to do interests like him. I mean, like, what's she going to be next? Is she going to say make America great again or something like that?
Here's
no ideas.
Here's the funny part. When Trump did the hangar thing, people knew he was a Robin. That's how they got there. Kamala had a whole private, she's paying all those influencers. But I'm gonna give you this with this whole tax on tip things. I'm gonna make everybody laugh. Do you know the reason why it's funny that she's saying no tax on tips? Of course, it was Trump idea. Nobody's gonna question that. The reason why it's so funny because they hired over 80,000 IRS employees to go after every last person who was making a side hustle. America, open your eyes. America, open your eyes. Yeah. You had black women doing eyelashes and doing hair in their house, making a side hustle. So what did Biden do? Well, let's stick the IRS on them. We're going to go after every Cash App, every Venmo transaction, every Zelle transaction. Anything over $600, we are going to go out here and find a way to tax these people. When under Trump, it was $20,000. Wait, open your eyes, black people. Open your eyes, y'all. Let's see what's going on here. They are trying to recoup money off people who are making $600 for the year off of Venmo, Cash App, or Zelle, not combined, for one of them. Think about that. Who goes after a number that small? We talking about kids who are 12 years old cutting yards are going to make $600 in a year. They're sticking the IRS on these people. So when she talk about no tax on tips, it's a complete joke. It's a complete farce. It's her laughing in your face, literally. Literally. Wake up. Open your eyes.
You remember they say, we're going to go after the people that's not paying their fair share, the billionaires and all that. Then you talking about billionaires don't use Venmo. Billionaires don't use Cash App. They don't use any of that crap. Billionaires got an American Express black card.
I agree. And let's say this because you know and I know it. Anytime you hear Democrats say anything about the fair share, the word that's thrown out there is middle class. They're saying that to get you excited. Oh, we're going to the billionaires. And in reality, every little policy they pass falls on us, the middle class. It falls on the working class because all they're doing is hiding the ball from you. We're going to make the Jeff Bezos pay for this. So we're going to make Elon Musk. They pay their taxes already. They create businesses. That's how they pay their taxes. That's the way of getting around it.
Yeah.
When you go to a Whole Foods, they got 26 people working at the Whole Foods. Y'all open your eyes. You only need 6 employees in there. They got 26. Look, that's how they pay taxes.
Brother, you an entrepreneur?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. So good as I know, if you keep if you could spend everything you got in labor, equipment, you could spend it all literally and give and you could pay yourself whatever salary you choose to pay yourself. You'll pay taxes on that salary, but as long as you using it like you're supposed to and not hoarding it, you're not gonna pay taxes on it because it's considered a tax break. So labor is one of the easiest way to eat up your money.
Correct.
Labor.
Correct. And also by you continue, like folks, if you have your media company, you and I both know, as long as you keep upgrading your cameras, your light, your studio, what tax you going to pay? Come on, wake up.
America, bro, America is built for business. That's
Correct.
what it's built for. The whole system is built for business. Think about it. When you worked a job, let me ask you a question. When you worked a job versus being an entrepreneur, when you saw more money, when you became an entrepreneur or when you worked your job?
Well, see, I played it both ways. I was one of the smart people who decided, okay, I'm going to stay working my 9 to 5 and I'm going to go on my own once I'm successful. I didn't actually start seeing a profit till I got everything underneath. You get what I'm saying? Like I was up and running 3-4 years. Then I started seeing an actual profit where I'm actually able to, do 60-40. Taking care of my business with 60, paying myself the 40 on the back end. However, when I was working 9 to 5, once you understand how a 9 to 5 work and your contribution in order for you to get your paycheck and what you're supposed to be making, that's where the money comes from. The entrepreneur side is for most people because most people don't realize the grind that goes along with that. They don't understand your payroll. They don't get everybody to get paid before you get paid. And at the same time, and here's the thing.
I'm glad you said that. Everybody get paid before you get paid.
Everybody. You're the last one to get paid.
You're the last one.
So
here's right. If you even get much of anything.
If most businesses, operate out of a deficit the first 2 years in most businesses. So I said around year 3 or 4 is when they really started to boom and started to take off for me. However, here's the catch of it. If I'm the last person to get paid, I'm going to be the most informed person here. So for my business, it only requires about 67 employees. Well, I got 21. Why is there 21 employees? Because that's how I'm beating the system. That's how I pay my taxes. I'm creating revenue
really
for others.
The system. That's just the way the laws work.
No. When I mean beating the system, I mean beating the system as far as me having to actually pay the quote unquote taxes. It's by me employing people and giving.
If you didn't do that, you'll be paying that. So if you didn't structure right and do all that, you'll be paying that full 30%.
Correct. And and here in Texas, we don't really have a reason to not have adequate employees. It makes zero sense to be paying into taxes that way when we could be creating opportunities for other people. That's what this is what America's built on. And like you said, it is a business. It's the world's greatest business. Our economy is the world's greatest business. That's why when you go to the voting booth, Black people, think about it that way. Because as a capitalist society we are, if you don't have any money to feed yourself, to provide for yourself, you're dead in America. All the symbolism may be kicking to you, all this, your feelings, and you gotta have an AKA, and she getting sworn in by a Delta Sigma. None of that crap matters because you can't afford to make a sandwich.
Well, brother, check this out. I always tell people this: when the Democrats run around here, look at their net worth. All them politicians that's talking to you about taxing the rich, look at their net worth. Why would they put policies down to tax themselves? Always remember
Exactly. And
they're all millionaires. All
correct.
Of them. So why Nancy Pelosi and Kamala and all of them run around here and say we're gonna tax the rich? Okay, where's your taxes at then?
Correct. And before I get off, I have one thing to tell you. It came out today. Tim Walz doesn't have a single stock. He doesn't have a bond. He doesn't have a portfolio. He has nothing. He has a net worth of right at $1 million. How are you going to be the second most powerful person in the free world and you don't have any skin in the game? Wake up, everybody. Wake up.
Brother, that's on paper. Man, them folks.
No.
Money.
Oh, no.
That migrant money, bro. If hopefully if somebody can do some investigation, them doggone Democrats is finessing so much of that migrant money into their pockets, bro. Everybody getting paid off of them migrants. Not all the money going to the migrants. You better believe that.
Now you know they got to grease their pockets. But here's my thing about Tim Walz when I'm putting in there. My dad told me something a long time ago when I was a kid. He said, son, always remember this. Don't worry about politicians who come into office who are already rich. Worry about the broke politicians who got rich while they was in office. Worry about the AOCs of the world. Don't worry about Donald Trump. These people already have money. Worry about the ones who can be bought. Because if AOC makes $174,000 a year and she's been in Congress, 5-6 years maybe, and they're talking about her net worth is around 23 million, You might want to open your eyes to that.
Her net worth got up to 23 million.
I've seen reports they have it to where her net worth is estimated between 23 and 25 million. I'm just saying.
Let me verify what you just said.
Now,
let me like act like them folks talking about fact check.
Correct. Now here's the thing.
Let me look.
Now here's the thing. I'm not saying it's how much money they have. I've seen reports of this. I'm not saying she has that much, but what I am telling you is a person who makes $174,000 before tax shouldn't be no multi-millionaire.
I'm with you. Like, what person you know that get a job, make $174,000 in the real world? Hold on, let me see. Forbes say, there's one fact checking site that says that she is not worth that much money. They said most of the site. Let me see. Forbes does not say a source. No, I'm reading here that they don't. Let me look somewhere else. Open Secrets. Let's see what they say. .org. I just want to verify that because I don't like to put stuff out there and we don't verify it in real
Correct,
time.
and it's not me saying that she's worth this. I've seen reports saying that she's worth this amount of money because she's taking all that foreign aid. All of them are doing it.
Of course she
Omar, all of them.
Of course she is.
Of course, and that's the thing.
Let me see. I'm still looking. Okay, I can't find how much million she's worth other than they're saying she's reported to having in her bank accounts. But that's you know good and well they finessing. So if I can't confirm it, I'm not gonna go there. But yes, I do know. I've seen them come in with that salary and then they come out and making millions of dollars. That's crazy. But all right, brother, I appreciate you coming up.
Thank you so much, brother.
All right, brother. Mr. J Jordan, you'll be up next, Mr. J Jordan.
Hey, Phil.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you making?
I'm well, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you. Love the program.
What you thought about the two videos?
Yes, sir. So I have a couple points. I myself am an entrepreneur, and I went and under Trump was able to acquire an EIDL loan. But as soon as Joe Biden got in office, where it was supposed to be round two, that never happened for my business. I also do real estate. So, again, the homes that Kamala talked about today here in North Carolina, that's the state I'm in North Carolina, where she, was talking about she was going to put in mandates or whatever it was on the amount of homes that had to be built, talking about these illegal migrants that are coming in. Who are the ones that are going to be getting those jobs to build these houses that they're also trying to be bringing in to the country, So
not black men.
Exactly. And, the fact of how things have been under this economy have hurt black businesses a lot, like mine, have hurt even black buyers being able to buy a house with these high interest rates, let alone all the money that you need to have for a down payment. All of these, the job uncertainty that people have with jobs, people getting laid off their jobs. But in the next breath, you hear in the news media talking about how, good things are. And it's these crazy double messages.
Well, let me ask you a question. It's two questions.
Yes, sir.
I have for you. One, they say it's so great. How many foreclosures you had in your state?
Man,
real estate.
Foreclosures, they're definitely up. People they're not able to pay their mortgages. And the ones that are acquiring those foreclosures, these big conglomerates that are buying up the properties and making them rentals, making it harder for black folks to get rental houses and making it where it's so crazy where they have to have all these ridiculous requirements to even get into a place. And then who do you see in eviction court? Black folks in every county across the state. Black folks sitting in eviction court.
Now let me ask you another question.
Yes, sir.
What barriers do you see for black Americans getting homes? Is it because of is it the banks? Because a lot of times, well, let me not say nothing. Is it the banks? Is it them? What is it?
Well, I'll go ahead and just bring up the obvious. The banks, they do have a ton of regulation where you have to have so much in reserve requirements. They want to see you, make sure your statements, if you're self-employed like myself, you got to have 2 years of income statements. or excuse me, tax returns.
Yeah.
You know, they really make those hurdles harder. But then what I've noticed, especially I'm in the Charlotte area in North Carolina, a lot of Hispanics are the ones that are being more buying nowadays, and they're the ones taking advantage of FHA. Black folks ain't even able to take advantage of FHA with all the stuff that they make people go through. And more Black people are now being entrepreneurs, and with that hurdle of that 2 years, you know, you're not hearing them say anything about that. And you know, the stuff that's actually going to make people get into houses, you're not hearing them say. It's just like you said, all this symbolism and stuff is actually not moving the needle for us at all.
Yeah. So let me ask you another question. Are you like in your area of Charlotte? Are you maybe providing some sort of education for Black people there to get the knowledge so they can get these homes? So FHA loans would be the most safer route to go. I mean, you need 3% down,
right?
And even if you're an entrepreneur, well, of course you should have 2 years tax returns, but you got to pay yourself. If you don't pay yourself, because my cousin's also a realtor, and she said, look, when you want to get a home, because you can control your own paycheck, pay yourself X amount of dollars, and that way when you go in, you know, because you can pay your own self.
Right. Yeah. Well, I do go out and educate to some of the local churches. I talk to folks. You know, I definitely try to get the message out. I've been doing it for years. I've been licensed since 2014. So I've seen the progression of things here locally. And I've been doing the best I can to spread the word to the folks and let them know, hey, get something now. And now what I'm telling a lot of people is to get out of the center city and start looking outside of the big cities, anything that's maybe an hour or so away, because that's where these big developers are looking at as well. And if you could get you something and hold on to it, you'll get what's called appreciation and be able to, you know, have something long term, you know, and that's how we create wealth for us, even though, you know, we're so behind, but, you know, it's going to help us versus continue to rent, making these big conglomerates that, again, they don't even hire Black people to be in these roles and things like that. They only hire their own type of people that they want, but yet and still they want to take Black money and then put a record on you to make it harder for you to get another place and all this other stuff that I've seen them do.
Man, yeah. See, people don't realize that them big cities, unless you got like, and let me throw something else out here. Not having marriages in the Black community, is that really affecting home ownership as well?
It does, because again, when you're talking about how much debt to income, if you don't have that looking right, and again, having those reserves, and let me tell you what the other people do. They work off of one income, or they live off of one and save the other income. And that way they have nice big reserves that these banks like to see, versus a single person, you know, with kids or whatever the case may be, trying to get a house, and you just working one job and you barely getting by. You know, that's where, again, these hurdles that they have artificially created is not like you not able to pay your rent. You paying your rent in most cases. You just trying to get a house. You know, they make it so much so that it's almost like it's impossible for some people unless you do have that other income.
But let me ask you a question. So the Black people you do see in getting homes, right? Is it married couples, single people? With the ones you see, okay, yeah, I work with them. They got in their home. Which one is it?
I've definitely worked with both. A lot more married couples. The individual ones, they really had to bring home the bacon themselves, if that makes sense. They really had to be up there making the money on their own. But families, you know, married couples are the ones that I typically see have the most success in our community.
Okay, and they have 2 incomes in the household?
That's right. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Both of them working.
So I want y'all to hear what this brother says. He works in real estate. He's seeing Black folks that are getting homes. They're married. All that single stuff. I'm single. I don't need nobody. I tell people this, brother. Maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong. The way this country is going, being single is going to be considered a luxury.
Oh yeah. Just like having a house is about to be a luxury too. If we get 4 more years of this nonsense here, yeah,
Yeah.
It's
So it's
real
safe to
rough.
say that you're not too much of a fan of Vice President Kamala Harris.
I'm independent. I'm not a fan of, honestly, either one this running for us right now. I don't think black folks, until either one of them specifically give us something tangible and we hold them to the fire for it, I don't see where any of them truly deserve our vote. I'm personally couch 2024 until I see something different in the next 80-something days, which I seriously doubt.
Hey, and look, I always say this: Couch 2024, or whether it's Trump third party, Couch 2024 is not good for people like Kamala, because they demand. Listen, they demand you. Because if she lose, what's gonna happen, brother? Me and you gonna be at fault. Me and you. Okay?
And I'm fine with that.
Me too. Boule Martin gonna cuss us out, call us stupid, dumb. Boy, the Democrat Party gonna say it's them black men because they hate black women and like. They get ready. I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
They're out of touch.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. You stay easy out there in Charlotte.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Phil. Thank you.
All right, brother. That was good to talk to that brother. It was real good because I'm glad he said that about the married couple situation. All these other groups that come in here, they come in as couples. They're not coming in here just a bunch of single mothers. Well, we got to get out of that. Our community, when we had more homes in the community, we had more marriages. 23 Holdings down there. You need to click on your camera so I can see if you are a real person or not. Oh, I see you on the other side. Okay. I gotta go. I can see. Well, let me go in order. Okay. Hey, Uncle Ronnie. You ready, Uncle? What's up, brother?
You got it, man. I watch your show every single day. You my ride to work, and you my ride home. So I appreciate it. But
I appreciate you putting us in the car.
Absolutely.
Brother.
How you doing? How you doing, brother? Before I jump into it, because I'm sorry.
I'll say the two videos that we played in the beginning. What's your opinion on all that?
Well, for the work that I do, I ask people about that right there. I jump exactly inside that right there. I think it's a disgrace, especially for the one where you get the food stamp balance and the cash balance. And I live in Detroit. And the line of work that I do, I'm a contractor. I'm not going to say the company name because it's quite a big company. I don't want to get into all that. But nonetheless, I'm a contractor.
No, don't do that.
So when I walk into my customer houses, I ask these people, how do y'all feel about the election? And some of the answers that I get, some of them are straightforward, but a lot of the answers that I get, man, I'm not feeling it. And the reason why, and is only up until I say something about their answer is only when they start to see what I mean. So for an example, what I would get things like we can't let Trump in there. We're gonna go for Kamala. And I say, well, what did Kamala do? You know what I'm saying? We can't get Trump in there, but what did he do? Oh, no, we don't like his rhetoric and all. Well, I said, well, listen, you don't like lower unemployment. You don't like the fact that the cost of living was lower. I said, but a bigger issue than that, let's look at the illegal immigration. And this is what I hit them on. I said, look at the illegal immigration. Now, let's just say, for instance, let's just do some numbers just to, cut to the chase, the meat and potatoes. If we got roughly, as Black Americans on paper, if we got roughly between 40 and let's say 45 million Black Americans, if illegally 15 million at minimum, and we know it done been more, if at minimum 15 million of those people came across the border illegally, then that means that if they have an anchor baby, some of them had the babies here, some of them was pregnant when they got here. If they all just had a baby apiece, then that means that They are at 30 million people. We talking about population. We talking about the illegal ones that crossed the border, not the ones that was already here waiting on their paperwork. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about just the illegal ones that have crossed the border. Now, Black Americans, our population, according to them, might be around about 47 million. Okay,
Yes,
well, let's go with
million.
that.
I read the census recently. I even got the data chart. It's 47 million for us and 63 million for Hispanics.
Let's do that. Let's do that. So if that's going to be the case, and these people that are coming into this country illegally are getting all these benefits, and they constantly hearing one side saying, hey, if I get in, I'm sending you back. That's what one side is saying. The other side is saying, come on in, and we're going to fund you. What Black people is failing to realize is that, hey, listen, you are funding these people. Your money is going everywhere except for you. They got money for Ukraine. They got money for Taiwan. They got money for Israel. They got money for illegal immigrants coming into this country. They got money falling out the sky for places that they said that was uninhabitable for our kids to learn, to get their education. And all of a sudden, this money just falling out the sky, cold hard cash just falling out the sky, and ain't none of that stuff made it to our community. None of it. Of it. And the party that said that's claiming that they can do something about it in their next term can actually do something about it now. But going back to the vote, what I was saying was, if they got 15 million illegal people that came here and they had a baby apiece, they had 30 million in 1 year. Now, mind you, in the Black community, we have adopted this thing with the LGBTQ. I'm not going to go there. And we adopted this thing with the Planned Parenthood. So over the years, we have Planned Parenthood over 20 million babies. And we have adopted this LGBTQ thing, right? So both of those right there take away from your population. And I think that, well, I'm not going to say that, but one of them take away from more because you cannot reproduce. Man on man can't reproduce, and women on women can't reproduce.
Yeah,
and
it's just non-productive. I mean, it's
non-productive.
It's either or. This is the thing, brother. Vice President Kamala Harris is promoting, non-reproductive, intimacy to Black folks. And if you are being intimate, hey, we got Planned Parenthood for you to get rid of your children. But like I said in another live stream, why don't she go do her reproductive justice on the border and put some Planned Parenthood satellite clinics right there? Because they tell us, since we're so poor, that we need to, get rid of our children because of poverty. But they don't go tell those people the same thing, and they coming from
because they don't believe in that.
Some of them, right?
They don't believe in that.
It is a targeted thing of what they do on the Black folks, and they're promoting Black folks not being married, Black folks being promiscuous, Black folks being drug heads, but they're not promoting that mess to all these other groups.
That's because those other groups don't believe in that. And that's one of the things that I try to get through to some of the people that I talk to. They don't believe in all that Planned Parenthood stuff over there. They need numbers because they got to survive from where they're from versus where we're at. We live a life that they are not accustomed to. Okay. And we don't get it because that's what we were raised up in. Now, the problem is this right here. Everything that our ancestors, for the people that like to scream about our ancestors and everything that they fought for. Now, before I get to that point, one thing that I can say that us collectively as Black people, whether we hate each other or not, one thing that we did have collectively together that we still had, at least, was our vote. And now, because of the number of people that's coming into this country that's about to start voting, whether illegal or legal, they are going to outnumber our vote. And we are not going to have anything. So while we walking around and running around screaming about the Black vote this and the Black vote that, we need to start banding together and start getting some of these uneducated people, the low educated people involved, because these are the people that they are targeting. They targeting the low educated people. They're not targeting people like you, Phil. They don't want to hear from you. Okay, because you waking too many people.
They don't want to hear from me, brother. Nobody
Yeah,
want
they
to
don't
hear
want to
from
hear
me.
from
I'm
you.
like, hey, I tell them all. If CNN call, MSNBC call, I'll go. If Fox call, Newsmax, I'll go. Whoever, I'll go. But me, I'll be more on African TV than they would here. They won't talk to a brother like myself, but they'll bring. I don't know if you saw that recent video with Michael Eric Dyson just acting all sassy behind a Republican white woman because she didn't say Kamala's name right, and he's just acting it was embarrassing. Like, that's why I say, like, why black men want to be Democrats when the representation of Democrats is sassy and buck broken?
Well, that's how you gonna separate yourself. That's how we separating ourselves now. Because we see the buck broken ones, we see the simps, we see the ones, we see the Ricky Smileys, we see the DL Hughesleys, we see those guys right there. And for those guys right there, for the people that can hear me, I just want to say that for those guys right there that make comments like that really pander to that side of the party, those are the guys that are not in your best interest. These guys are making it aware. They said 2024 is going to be the year that everything will be exposed. Well, these people are exposing themselves. They know if the Democratic Party don't buy platform, and that's what they riding on. So they have did it for so long. You look at DL Hughley, his whole platform and joke thing have been about black versus white for the longest. But
he sold out.
Beyond that, though.
Hey, brother.
Beyond that, only thing I want to say is this right here. Before I go, I want to say is this right here, bro. And I'm gonna get up out of here. When you say vote the couch, I to a degree, I agree with you on that. But in this election, for what we got at stake, I think the last thing that the black people got standing for them is they vote. And the couch, I don't really think is the option. I believe that if you don't like the Republicans, vote against the Democrats, because they done had us for 70 years plus strong. And this right here is what they did to us. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I know you got to go to other people.
It's called vote, brother. It's called voting rights. That's what it's called. Voting rights. You have a right to vote for whoever you like to. You have a right to vote for the couch. Is whatever you want to vote for. It's called voting rights. So, all right, my brother, I appreciate you. All right. WH Holdings LLC. Let me go ahead and get you up here. Hey, you muted, brother. What you need? I don't hear you, brother. Brother, I don't hear you. Okay, I don't hear him, y'all. Let me let this. T, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, man? We have to understand the reason why a lot of black folks are voting for the Democrats is mostly out of fear, and we have to understand who controls the media. The media, mostly 90%, is controlled by a bunch of white liberals, and it's in white liberals' interest to hire a bunch of black people who are going to push their agenda but put a black face on it. This is why every time you hear these Democrats talk, these black liberal Democrats are always talking about things like abortion, like or they say things like they're trying to take away our voting rights. How is it that Republicans are trying to take away our voting rights? Every black person I know does not have a problem voting, but they say these things and then they only use racism towards Republicans. So what happens is, because the word racism is not balanced, unfortunately, a lot of black folks are voting out of fear because they think the only way to quote unquote stop racism is to continue to vote Democrat. And this is why the Democrats are taking advantage of the black vote, because they are exacerbating that fear and using it. Just think about it. Every time they come around us, they don't ever talk about policy. They always fearmonger us about what the Republicans are going to do for us. But you know what's funny? When the Republican gets in office, nothing happens differently than what the Democrats are doing. And then, another sad thing about this, man, this to me is one of the most tragic things. I don't think we're going to have a situation like this in another 50 years where there's a Trumpian figure that's scaring the Democrats in the system so much that they're willing to go through all these links, such as using the courts against somebody. Censorship is wrapped up. All this is really aimed to get control of the people. And black people need to see that the desperation of the Democrats, this is when you really leverage your vote. This is when you really say, okay, y'all don't want Trump to win. Y'all want all this LGBT nonsense. You want all this illegal immigrant nonsense. Okay, what are you going to do for us? How about you give us reparations? Okay, if you're going to ignore us, you're not going to give us reparations. Then guess what? Y'all are going to have to deal with Trump. Like, because after this, I'm going to be honest with you, brother. If Kamala Harris wins, I know a lot of these conservative Supreme Court justices, they're just too old. I think some of them are going to die off or possibly leave. So the liberals are going to have all of them in place. I know they're going to pass all their LGBT laws, illegal immigration laws, all these family destructive, all these censorship laws to maintain their position. And this is it for black people. Like, they got all of their ducks in a row that really, it wouldn't even matter if they get our vote the following 4 years, because they got all of their ducks in a row. They already got the illegal immigrants that is coming over to replace us. And I don't think black people are really seeing what's going on, man.
Brother, a lot of them not seeing it. You know, unfortunately, you know, I'll never forget on Friday when Ice Cube had said, "Oh, you say the problem with you, Smoke, is that you play too much." You say Worm ain't playing by his money, and that's the problem with black folks. They play too much. They think they don't take nothing serious. Everything's a joke until something happens. Then they looking around like, "Oh, I didn't realize that." But then people was telling your silly behind the whole time, way before it got to this point. But we don't listen to, like, I just as a group, we don't listen until we get in the thick of it. Then we're like, I feel bad for voting for her now. Now. And then the deal is, that's why I tell people, if you go vote that woman in office, I ain't got nothing negative to say about her. When she starts tearing y'all up, I'm like, you wanted it, so deal with it.
And, you know, a prime example of what you said is about what's going on in Chicago and New York, how all these illegal immigrants are coming into the black communities. And then you got the Democrats sitting up there funding them, absolutely ignoring black people, seeing black people being angry about it, saying, what about us? What about us? And the Democrats, they don't care. And, you know, unfortunately, I think, and you know what, I hate to say it. Exactly. That, you know, a part of it is, I truly do believe, because their heads are so big, they're like, y'all are going to vote for us anyway, so deal with it. And man, if this DNC convention comes to Chicago and there are no black protests, that is an utter failure. And that tells the Democrats that we don't give a darn about what's going on with illegal immigration. We're going to vote. And I'm telling you, brother, this DNC convention, man, is going to be some BET nonsense, man. They're going to have Beyonce, they're going to have the heavy hitters coming out, man.
I'm watching it now,
they're coming for us, bro.
I'm watching it for the Plantation Jubilee is going to be. I'm watching.
Man, they are coming from us, man. And you know, just one more point I want to make, and then, you know, I know you got another caller. It's this black men specifically and our standards politically, because, you know, the one thing I can respect about black women is they have standards. Like, the reason why the Democrat Party caters to black women is because black women are always loud about what they want. I'm gonna give you two prime examples. First prime example is Brittany Griner. The only reason why Joe Biden got her back from Russia is because a lot of black women made a lot of noise about it, and they saw that their base was potentially going to leave, so they had to get her back. The other thing is, you have to understand, man, this is why Joe Biden got a black, Indian, whatever she is, VP, and a black Supreme Court justice, is because black women are making noise. The thing is, black men have to start doing this. Because, you know, another thing is, black women, in my opinion.
Hold on, brother. Now I got to interject. Black men have started doing something. Black men have walked away. And now they're scared. They're scared that they're not going to be able to win, because when black men, I always tell black men, your most powerful position that you have is to walk away. You ain't got to cry. You ain't got to beg. You ain't got to plead. You walk away and you go do something different. A lot of our brothers have walked away, not to the Republican Party. Some have went to the Republican Party. But a lot of our brothers have walked to the political middle. When you're in the political middle, that's where you're powerful at, because you're not held to the Democrat. You're not held to the Republican. Now they got to vie for your vote. And more black men, I'm telling you, have walked away from that Democrat Party, because really, brother, there's no place for men like me and you. You know, you got to be sassy and buck broken to be over there.
Man, you're right.
I don't relate to that. I don't relate to Van Jones. I
No,
don't relate
me
to
neither. Always crying.
Boulay Martin. I don't relate to Bakari Sellers. I don't relate to those dudes.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they put those black men out there because that's what they want black men to be: low information, whiny, emotional voters. And then there's one more thing I want to ask you before I leave. If Barack Obama, I don't think he would have became president if he had a white wife.
No,
hell
no.
Yeah. So my question is, I think black men should hold the same standard.
It would have been no. Maybe he
you're right.
A congressional seat, a Senate seat, but president,
no, absolutely
we both
not.
know as black men that wouldn't happen.
So I think black men, in my opinion, should also hold. We got to have some type of standard, because Kamala Harris has a white husband. I don't know collectively why we can't hold that same standard, because that to me shows that she's really not going to do anything for us, especially with her AG record and this white husband. I just think black men are doomed, and that's all I got to say, brother. I'm gonna go.
All right, brother. I appreciate you coming up.
All right, man.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is we hit our mark. So next time on the next stream that we may have, maybe new people can come up. But yeah, it was some good calls tonight. It was some very, very good calls. I appreciate those calls from those brothers. And you're hearing all those brothers were in unison of how they mostly felt. Some good professional brothers that know, straight and narrow, the good straight-laced brothers coming up. Not that Democrat, buck-broken mess, and that says a lot about even our platform. The type of men that come up here. You understand what I'm saying? Those kind of guys that over there on the Democrat side, they don't even want to talk to people like myself, because, they're going to feel some sort of way about that. They're going to feel some sort of way about talking to a lot of you brothers when they're in the presence of real men. But, we'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time for our stream, and we'll get back into it. I'll check Kamala's website. And she didn't have no policy, even though she's doing speeches, but she still won't put it on there. She claims she'll put something next week after the DNC. I don't know why. It's like you got in late. You should have put something up there. But y'all got to understand, Black America, you're on the edge right now. You are on the edge. And you already got to see a preview of this 3.5 years of what you would see with Biden and Harris administration. So you're going to reward that, then, you get whatever happens. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to hear no complaints, because I tell y'all this, and I said it earlier, I say it again. Y'all go put that lady in office, then I don't want to hear no complaining. I don't hear no complaining about no migrants. I don't hear no complaining about nothing, because of how I'm going to act the whole 4 years she's in there. Hey, that's what you wanted. So stop crying. Get used to your new neighbors.